The Philippines, a country that sings to God on Sunday and dances with the devil by Friday night. Home to the largest Catholic population in Asia, where rosaries hang from rearview mirrors, priests speak on primetime TV, and every town has a patron saint. Faith isn't hidden here, it's everywhere, but so is temptation. From the clubs of Angeles City to the alleys of Makati, pleasure operates in plain sight. Strippers perform just meters from churches, motel signs blink near confession booths, and everyone, it seems, knows someone with a double life. In this nation of rules and rituals, sins don't vanish, they're managed, whispered, forgiven. A girl might go to mass in the morning and escort a client by night. A politician might kneel at church after stealing millions. The contradiction isn't just tolerated, it's normalized. Because here, the sacred doesn't always stop the sinful, it dances with it. What makes the Philippines so unique isn't just the presence of sin, it's how sin and salvation walk hand in hand through crowded jeepneys, candlelit altars, and late-night karaoke rooms. This is not a story of hypocrisy. It's a story of harmony between desire and devotion, messy, raw, and real. Number 10. The Philippines has one of the most vibrant and visible sex economies in Southeast Asia, and yet it's officially taboo. Prostitution is illegal, pornography is banned, even public displays of affection are frowned upon in some regions. But behind closed doors, entire industries thrive. Walk through the red light districts of Angeles City or Makati's Burgos Street, and you'll find bars where the line between entertainment and escorting blurs instantly. Guest relations officers, dancers, and hostesses are common titles, but the reality is understood by all. These venues attract both locals and foreigners, from businessmen to soldiers to tourists on a budget. It's not just in the cities, even in provincial towns, discreet lodges and karaoke bars operate with silent understanding. Police raids happen, but they're often more about show than enforcement. Licenses are pulled, fines are paid, and then it's back to business. The root of this paradox lies in poverty. For many, sex work is a financial necessity. A woman might support her entire family with earnings from a single client. In a country where remittances from overseas workers fuel the economy, bodies are often just another form of export at home and abroad. And yet, the nation remains devout. Churches are full, prayers are loud. The guilt is real, but so is the survival. This contradiction plays out every night. After last call, some head to chapels, others to cheap motels, and many to both within hours. In the Philippines, morality isn't fixed. It's negotiated daily. Not in theory, but in action, quietly, privately, persistently. Number 9. Overseas Filipino workers are called the nation's heroes. Over 10 million Filipinos live and work abroad, sending money home to support families they rarely see. That money keeps the economy afloat, but the personal cost is immense. It's common to meet children raised by grandparents, spouses separated for decades, and families stitched together by video calls and balikbayan boxes. Mothers become strangers, fathers become voices on the phone, and in the gaps, new stories form, sometimes painful ones. Sacrifice is the word most often used, but behind sacrifice is quiet heartbreak. Domestic helpers in the Middle East endure grueling hours and abuse. Nurses in Europe work double shifts. Seafarers spend months at sea, missing birthdays, funerals, entire childhoods. What holds it all together is duty, a cultural script that says, family first, whatever the cost. But that cost often includes loneliness, infidelity, and resentment. Some OFWs return to find their partners with new families. Others come home to children they no longer know. The money keeps flowing, but the intimacy fades. Their absence creates room for both longing and forgetting. And yet, they do it again and again, because in many homes, there's no other option. A diploma won't guarantee a job. A local salary won't feed 5 mouths. Abroad, at least there's hope. Abroad, there's survival. You'll see their photos framed on walls, their faces blurred by distance, and in every remittance slip, there's a story of love, not the kind that hugs you, but the kind that leaves to keep you alive. Number 8. Dating in the Philippines is both deeply traditional and surprisingly transactional. Courtship still exists in many forms: serenades, flowers, and slow-building relationships. But alongside that, a growing digital undercurrent has changed the game completely. Dating apps are flooded with profiles seeking foreigners. Some chase love, others opportunity. It's not uncommon to see bios that mention supportive partner or looking for someone generous. The meaning is rarely ambiguous. Age gaps of 20 or 30 years raise no eyebrows if the connection offers stability. In many cases, it's an unspoken deal. Companionship in exchange for financial security. The lines between romance and arrangement blur. A dinner date might come with a request for grocery money. A weekend getaway may include tuition payments or help with hospital bills. This doesn't mean feelings aren't real, but the expectations are clear. And for many, this setup isn't cynical, it's strategic. Love and livelihood can go hand in hand, especially in a culture where family obligation comes first. Young women sometimes date older foreign men. Some relationships become marriages. Others dissolve quietly once the support ends. Men, too, play roles they might not back home: provider, protector, patron. And some enjoy the attention they might never receive in their own countries. Locally, this isn't hidden. It's whispered about, joked about, occasionally judged, but widely understood. It's part of the landscape, familiar and evolving. Romance here is rarely just about emotion. It's about survival, future, and often family. And for those involved, it's not always a scam. It's a plan, a way out, or a way up. Number 7. Political power in the Philippines doesn't change, it recycles. Dynasties dominate both local and national politics. The same family names appear on ballots every election cycle, often switching roles between siblings, spouses, and children. There are provinces where a single family has ruled for decades, controlling mayors, governors, even police chiefs. It's legal. The Constitution discourages political dynasties but doesn't ban them, so they persist, protected by money, connections, and control over local resources. Elections are colorful but rarely clean. Vote buying, intimidation, and last-minute giveaways are common. On the surface, democracy is alive beneath. It's a performance choreographed by wealth and name recognition. This system creates stability but also stagnation. Power is kept in circles, and outsiders rarely break in. Reforms move slowly, and accountability is weak. Corruption becomes part of the machinery, not an exception to it. Yet, Filipinos still vote in record numbers. They cheer during rallies, campaign with passion, and always hope that maybe this time, something will shift. But most know the rules of the game, and they play it the only way they can, with loyalty, pragmatism, and a deep understanding that change often wears a familiar face. In this system, winning is not just about policy, it's about lineage, allegiance, and survival. Number 6. Manila's nightlife is a pulse that never stops. From rooftop clubs in Bonifacio Global City to speakeasies hidden behind barbershops in Poblacion, the capital transforms after dark. It's loud, stylish, and often chaotic. VIP tables, bottle service, and influencers with ring lights dominate the scene. Behind the velvet ropes, deals are made, alliances formed, and status displayed. But beyond the glamour lies a raw edge. Street bars operate until sunrise, late-night eateries hum with energy, and in red-lit corners, there's a different economy at play, one fueled by whispers, drinks, and unspoken rules. The party scene is powered by money, and where there's money, anything is possible. Police presence fluctuates. Some nights are calm, others end with raids or sudden shutdowns. It depends on who's watching and who's paying. Like many things in the Philippines, enforcement is flexible. For many locals, nightlife is escape. For expats, it's adventure. For influencers, it's content. But beneath the surface, it's also a reflection of inequality. The same street might host a billionaire's club and a food cart vendor just meters apart. Night in Manila isn't just about fun, it's about performance, access, and social currency. The music, the lights, the luxury, it dazzles. But it also distracts. In Manila, night doesn't hide the city's truth. It reveals it loudly, brightly, and without apology. Number 5. In the Philippines, Catholicism isn't just a religion, it's a rhythm. Church bells ring before dawn, processions block traffic, statues of saints wear real clothes and get paraded through neighborhoods like honored relatives. The faith here is emotional, theatrical, and constant, but just beneath the surface is a fascinating relationship with guilt and redemption. Confession boxes stay busy. People line up to whisper sins, both minor and grave, and emerge lighter, ready to begin again. It's a cycle repeated weekly, sometimes daily. Not to judge, but to reset. Not to erase history, but to find peace within it. And this system works for many. You can lie, cheat, steal, or sin in ways less visible. But if you confess, kneel, and repent, you can continue. It creates a spiritual economy. The cost of sin is guilt, and the currency of forgiveness is prayer. Even those who live far from the church still follow its codes. A nightclub owner might make regular donations. A sex worker might wear a crucifix and pray before her shift. It's not hypocrisy, it's habit, a balance between what's done and what's believed. Filipino faith is flexible, but not fake. You can live wildly on Saturday, then sing with all your heart on Sunday. Because here, redemption is not earned, it's expected. The system doesn't demand purity, it asks for participation, and that makes it powerful. Number 4. Beauty in the Philippines is aspiration, but also expectation. Skin tone, body shape, and even facial features are all tied to social status. Fair skin is prized, not because of fashion, but history. Colonization left behind the idea that light skin meant wealth, education, and access. Walk into any store and you'll find rows of whitening products. Lotions, soaps, even deodorants promise lighter skin. Billboards show models with porcelain faces, often edited to perfection. It's not about health, it's about hierarchy. Even celebrities are expected to maintain a certain look, slim, fair, and polished. Social media amplifies this, pushing filters and face apps that create uniform beauty. The pressure is constant, especially for young women. But the standard isn't just foreign, it's class-based. Farmers who work under the sun are darker. Office workers in air-conditioned towers are lighter. The message is subtle but clear. To rise, you must look a certain way. This shapes everything from dating to job interviews. Some families even advise their children not to play outside too much. Baka umitim ka. You might get dark. The warning is casual, but the impact is deep. Yet, resistance is growing. Marinas naturally tan, Filipinas are gaining followers. Movements for self-love are louder, but the system is slow to shift. The beauty ideal is still tied to old power and lingering shame. In the Philippines, beauty isn't just skin deep. It's a mirror of inequality, colonization, and the quiet hope that looking the part might help you play the part. Number 3. Sugar babies is no longer just slang in the Philippines, it's an industry. Websites and apps connect young Filipinas with older, often foreign, benefactors. The terms are rarely vague: monthly allowance, travel perks, companionship. It's a relationship, but transactional from the start. For some women, it's a lifestyle choice. For others, it's economic strategy. College students pay tuition this way. Single mothers cover rent. Influencers build followings, not just through content, but through connections. There's little pretense. Everyone knows the exchange. What complicates it is emotion. Some of these relationships become genuine. Others remain business arrangements. The line is blurry and sometimes painful. Foreign men, many divorced or retired, find a level of attention and admiration they no longer receive at home. For them, it's validation, a second youth. For their partners, it's survival. And sometimes, it's even ambition, a way to build a life, start a business, or support an entire family. Locals talk. Some disapprove. Others shrug. Because in a country where minimum wage is below $10 a day, sugar dating can seem like a rational, if uncomfortable, choice. And it's not always glamorous. Behind the Instagram filters are stories of heartbreak, manipulation, and imbalance. Not all arrangements end well. Not all sugar daddies pay. But for many, the alternative is worse. This setup isn't new, but now it's more visible, documented, monetized, even glamorized online. Critics call it exploitation. Supporters call it choice, but the truth lives somewhere in between, where power, money, and affection intersect. Number 2. In the Philippines, gossip isn't just pastime, it's power. Information travels faster through whispers than official news channels. Barangay halls, salons, even tricycle stands become hubs of real-time updates, social policing, and moral judgment. Reputation is currency, and rumors can destroy it overnight. That's why people smile in public even when seething in private. Why apologies are often indirect. Confrontation is avoided, not out of fear, but strategy. The term haya means shame, but not in a Western sense. It's collective. It affects your family, your future, your place in society. So people behave outwardly. Secrets, however, run deep. Entire towns might know someone's scandal, but pretend not to. It's how balance is maintained. A fragile peace built on silence, appearances, and shared complicity. The public face matters more than private truth. This unspoken network governs everything from business to dating. Gossip has ruined marriages, halted promotions, and triggered migrations. but it also protects. It warns. It holds people accountable in ways laws never could. Even digital life isn't safe. Screenshots circulate, comments are dissected. One wrong post can ripple through a neighborhood in minutes. Online shame meets offline consequences. Here, the court of public opinion isn't online, it's face-to-face, daily, and merciless. Number 1. Every January, Cebu City explodes into color. The Sinulog Festival, one of the Philippines' biggest celebrations, combines religious devotion and wild revelry in a single, chaotic, euphoric week. Millions gather to honor the Santo Niño, the child Jesus. Streets fill with barefoot dancers in tribal costume, marching bands, and fireworks. People chant, pray, drink, and dance. One hand holds a candle, the other a beer. It's part pilgrimage, part party, and no one sees a contradiction. Sinulog isn't just a festival, it's a portrait of Filipino faith. Loud, physical, emotional, it's a celebration where sacred and profane mix without apology. And that's what makes it so powerful. Locals spend months preparing designing costumes, choreographing dances, saving for offerings. It's not a passive ritual, it's participatory. Devotion here isn't quiet. It's danced in the streets, shouted into the sky, and lit by neon lights and rosary beads. Foreigners often don't know what to make of it. The religious symbolism, the street parties, the cross on one cheek, glitter on the other. But for Filipinos, it's not strange. It's identity. The festival doesn't dilute faith, it amplifies it. It turns belief into theater, worship into art. Because in the Philippines, contradiction doesn't weaken belief. It gives it rhythm, movement, and music. It's not about choosing between sin or salvation. It's about living both, fully and out loud. Thanks for listening. Subscribe if you enjoyed.